I'ma leave the light on. Something in my closet's gonna.
All right, hi, this is JC Wilkinson. You are listening to This Side of the Fence. We are here at the Pound. I have some special guests with me today. Mr. Tommy Horrocks is here. Welcome, Tommy.
Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And the wonderful Miss Shelley Buffett is here as well.
Hi, JC. Nice to be here.
Yeah, nice to see you. Glad you made it.
I did
We
this
talked to her
time.
once on the phone for half an hour, but she actually made it live in person today. So let's honest. I had to give her that day, Kate. That's just me. That's my personality. Okay, what we're going to do is we're actually going to play a song. This is called Me and the Cat, and this is by Terry Styles, which is an artist that Tommy produced.
That's right. He's actually from Kenora, and he's just an excellent songwriter. Anybody who's ever been divorced, check this one out for sure.
All right. Okay, let's take a listen to Me and the Cat.
I thought I saw you when I awoke, standing there at the foot of my bed. I was wrong, it was just a bad joke. Guess I hadn't cleared the sleep out of my head. These days my mind drifts back to you, to a time when our love was young and strong. Whatever happened? What did we do? Where did everything go wrong? Now it's just me and the cat walking round the house. No action here, it's as quiet as a mouse. My only entertainment comes when he sits on my lap, or I watch him playing with his toys, me and the cat. I never worry about the time of day, 'cause these days, time is all I have. No one calls or ever looks my way. It's a quiet life, but still it ain't too bad. The phone don't ring, but the bills arrive on time, so at least someone knows I'm still alive. As far as money, I can't say I've got a dime, but there's enough gas in the car to take a drive. Now it's just me and the cat walking round the house. No action here, it's as quiet as a mouse. My only entertainment comes when he sits on my lap, or I watch him playing with his toys, me and the cat. Now it's just me and the cat walking round the house. No action here, it's as quiet as a mouse. It's enough to drive you up the wall sometimes to live like that, but it's a quiet life we're living, me and the cat.
There you go. All right, that was Terry Styles, Me and the Cat. What a wonderful, wonderful song. It was actually produced by Tommy Horrocks here. It's my understanding that you played the production instruments in the back of this.
Yeah, everything but the guitar.
Everything but the guitar. This is amazing. This is awesome. Let's talk about you, your career,
okay,
your
yeah.
music. Yes, yes. No, we have to do this.
Okay, yeah.
You're a special guest on my show, and let's find out about you.
Okay.
So when did you start?
I was 6 years old.
Did you start playing?
Piano lessons in the convent. The nuns hit me with a ruler. I was never going to get hit again, so I learned my lessons, and
Okay.
then everybody started to really appreciate it, made a big deal. So I learned to work, really. And when I went into high school, I wanted to play saxophone, and Saville Shuttleworth said, no, Tommy, you play clarinet first. So I had to sit in the front row with all the girls squeaking away
Right.
for a couple of years. So to develop the embouchure from small to large, he said, you'll never be a great saxophone player if you don't start off with the embouchure small and build the muscle out. So I went on from there. Then I started playing professionally when I was 16.
Okay.
And being rare, I used to play 2 songs in the night, and they would carry me off the stage. The crowd would.
Okay. Nice.
And I was making more money than my dad was making in the mill after 36 years of being in the mill, in about 7 or 8 nights a month.
Wow.
In those days.
Wow.
Yeah, we had 3,000 kids coming to the Fort William Gardens every Friday night,
Right.
and we split the take with the city. Then the city decided we were making too much money, so they got another band.
Okay.
And that was the end of the dances.
Oh my goodness. All right.
That was with Donnie B and the Bonvilles. And
Okay.
then I went on for the Bonvilles turned into the Plague. We went to California, and there we are in Hollywood, driving down the strip, and I put my hand out the window, and the peace sign, and everybody cheered like a big wave.
Oh, nice.
We got invited to play in Pandora's Box. Went in there. The Doors were playing at the Whiskey Go-Go. I could see it,
Okay.
the sign through there, and I'm sure Morrison heard us play, because later on his version of Bo Diddley was mine, and I got it from Ronnie Hawkins. It
Okay.
was unique.
Yeah.
And let's see, then we recorded, and we were told we were going to be stars, to come back to Northern Ontario and wait. And the drummer got in a fight with the bass player because their wives were fighting.
Right.
And they defended one another until they quit.
Okay.
And then we lost a Warner Brothers contract, international contract,
wow.
that went to Kenny Rogers. They were looking for a Canadian act, and
Okay.
And we were it. That was the first time. The second time we recorded in California, and we were told we were going to be stars, and it was played on WLS. Dick Bionti played it.
Mm-hmm.
I got the call. They love it, Tommy. It's going to be a success. We were on Crusader label, and the label went bankrupt the next day. So I was never destined somehow to get the brass ring,
That's right.
I'm
It
still-
was dangled in front of you several times.
Yes, it was. And I think I was 22 years on the road, traveling a couple of times, 2.5 years before. I never touched down, just steady travel.
Right.
I used to play a game with myself that I wouldn't know where I was.
Okay.
And I lived the musician's life. And then I came back and started, I went back on the road again for a while. And then I came back, started a family. And, Bill and I discussed this, Bill Houston, playing his one.
Yeah.
That maybe we weren't destined to, if you're in the music business, maybe you really shouldn't get married, because, I dedicated my life to music when I was a young man, and then when you step aside and you go to have a family, well, you really have to dedicate yourself to your family, and you
Right.
can't serve 2 masters, and there's no woman in the world that will allow you to love more than one
Right.
thing.
Right. That's right. I am number one, and that is that.
You got a point.
Yes. Understandable. So, so from early teens right through till
Yeah, sure. And then, after the marriage went, I put a band together again, because it's all I knew what to do, and went out and played discos, and I used sequences, and we could compete with the DJ.
Right.
Bands had terrible sound systems, and DJs had wonderful sound. It's all pristine.
Yeah.
So I was using sequences, and you couldn't tell the difference between the DJ and the band. And we got selected to go to Dubai and play there, and it was all the top bands from all the different countries. And
Okay.
in Dubai, that's the best I ever got treated in my musical career. It was just fantastic. The Middle East is a marvelous place. At least where I was, it was wonderful. And the girls were dressed in stage clothes, wandering along down the street, and an Arab would come up in the middle of 3 o'clock in the morning and say, "You folks okay?" "Oh yeah, we're fine, thanks." And there was no crime, there was no poverty. It was an amazing place. Then I went to Africa, and just played there a little bit. Went on safari. Went to Egypt, took the Nile
Right.
cruise. Oh, if ever you get a chance in your life. I mean, Egypt's not a place to go, I guess, now,
Yeah.
you know. And then I went to India and lived on the beach for a year and a half and ended up playing for 11,000 people on the beach. And they're going, Larry had a real cheap guitar.
Okay.
And I had a flute, and that was what we had.
Right.
And we played, and we were doing Paul Simon, and the people are going, "We love you, we love you," and we're going, "We love you too."
Holy cow! So world traveled and playing everywhere. So when did you actually start getting into producing?
Well, it would be 1972. I produced an album for the Jarvis Street Review. It was mostly written by George Stevenson, and it's an album all about pollution and polluting the world. It's
Right.
called Mr. Oilman.
Right.
And I went to Toronto with the finished product, and we went to RCA Victor, and the producer there, he literally sat down and he said, "You have to tell me how you did this. You have to tell me." Here I am, a kid from Northern Ontario, and
Right.
the producers in Toronto are all just flabbergasted. But see, they were $160 an hour. You've only got so much time to produce
Right.
your songs. Me, I had a year of Sundays, and so I had all the ingenuity, and I used every kind of effect. I mean, you know, if you got nauseous when you were listening to it, it was a compliment, you know.
Okay. Nice. All right.
The effects coming across, you know, all over the place.
Right.
And see, in those days, no one had done that. And then somehow or other, I stopped producing for years and years and years and years and years and played. And I think that was a big mistake. I should have stuck with it all the way through. And then, you know, like getting older now, I'm thinking, well, slide into producing because, again,
Great.
well, coming back into it, all of the things that I invented, actually, now they're all plug-ins and they're all
That's
different
right.
things. And
You set the groundwork for this.
yeah,
Did you realize that?
But I had to learn all over again. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
in my day, we were taking two tape recorders and running them
Right.
together for phasing, and I could splice. I could take anybody's conversation and just make them say whatever. I could,
Nice.
yeah. But now it's so easy. You know, I'm just amazed at the technology. It's so wonderful. But the learning curve is not easy. You have to be very devoted. I think I've produced about 27 songs in the last year, and
Okay.
looking back, I don't know how I did it. Because each one of them is probably 40 hours at least,
Right.
maybe more. You know, it's kick by kick because it's a one-man show really. After your artist comes and goes, you're on your own, and you have to. I write the bass line. I'm all
Right.
pumped writing the bass line. Boy, this is
Nice.
ever a good bass line.
Okay. I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can.
Well, one of the advantages to that, even though it is a bit of a steep learning curve, is all the intuitive stuff and all the experience that you have. I mean, I went to school for technology, so I can do the other end of it.
Yes.
But it still takes a lot to just be able to put that together and know this button needs to go get pushed now. That needs to get done now. This needs to get done
yeah,
now.
sure. I mean, we all know what computers are like, right?
Yeah.
And the first computers drove everybody nuts. You want to print this thing, and when it prints, it's nothing like it was on the screen. That's the way it
right.
started. Well, really and truthfully, I think that when they give you the music recording software, it's like an intelligence test. If you can figure out how to make it work, then you're going to be okay. But like trying to get it to work, that's the challenge. It just isn't straightforward. I kept asking them, "What's a zeta?"
Okay. Wow. So now you're working with a few artists, and
Oh yeah, I'm just so blessed with that. Bill Houston, he was selected to do the music for IMAX Film North of Superior way back when, and I met him in Toronto and stayed at his place, and we went to the farmers market, and I listened to all his songs, and I've loved all of his songs for all of my life, and to get to be producing them,
Right.
what a wonderful thing. I mean, I was a Bill Houston fan, like heavy duty, way back when.
Right.
And there he is now, and we're in our twilight time and getting to do these songs that I've always loved, and how much better can it get? And then Terry comes along, Terry Stiles, and I had no idea what a great, well, he did Me and the Cat, you
Right,
heard that
yeah.
one. And I had no idea what an accomplished writer he was. These people are, I could tell when I'm producing it where the stops are, where the bass should be going, where the guitar should hit like this. It's just all self-explanatory from the way he writes.
Right.
And then, we're coming to the mentorship.
Yeah. Actually, why don't we do this? Why don't we run one more song?
Oh, super.
We are going to do. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorites. This is "I See You" by Iron Ore Mel.
Yeah.
Again, this is just another artist that Tommy has produced, and this one actually has a story behind it because he really did.
Yeah,
Have a heart attack and end up in the
he
hospital.
had a heart attack. He's in the hospital and he's thinking he's dying. So he wrote a song about be nice to your nurse. And I thought, how wonderful is that? You know, sick people are grouchy. They hate everything.
Yeah.
And someone that's trying to help them and doing all these tasks that, who wants to do. And the people are ungrateful, So Mel wrote this song to tell everybody, be nice to your nurse.
Right on. Okay, let's take a listen to "I See You." Be nice to your nurse by Iron Ore Mel.
Oh, I see you laying in your hospital bed. Yeah, I see you. All those wires attached to your head. Well, if you wanna get better, don't curse. Be nice to your nurse. Oh, yeah. Stylish gowns with the slit up the back. We wear those stylish gowns with the slit up the back. And everywhere you go, everyone can see your crack. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll see you laying in your hospital bed. Well, I see you with all those wires attached to your head. If you wanna get better, don't curse. Be nice to your nurse. All right, let's take it. Vampire girls, they took a lot of blood today. Well, those vampire girls, they're taking all my blood away. All the needles and pills are good. I'll be going home someday. Oh yeah. I see you laying in your hospital bed. Oh, I see you with all the wires attached to your head. Well, if you wanna get better, don't curse. Be nice to your nurse. Oh yeah. I see you laying in your hospital bed. Yeah, I see you with all those wires attached to your head. Well, if you wanna get better, don't curse. Be nice to your nurse. Oh yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. That was Iron Ore Mel with ICU. We're going to jump right to another song here with Mr. Bill Houston. This is actually one of my favorites of the list that Tommy sent to me. I listened to this a couple of times, and this is almost one of those songs that I'm thinking about covering. Like it's that good. So with no ado, this is Bill Houston, and this is called "Disappearing Cowboy."
Disappearing cowboy, you are still my hero. I can see you clearly every time I close my eyes. I know that you've been lonesome. Your friends have gone before you. They're calling you to join them, a rider in the sky, a rider in the sky. But in my dreams we ride along together, singing songs we know will never die. Way up there where the trail goes on forever, you and me, our ponies and the sky. Once there was a prairie where freedom ran with horses, where pastures swelled with plenty, and every campfire was a home. And once there was a cowboy who died out on a mesa, leaving me to wander, a rider on my own, a rider on my own. Still in my dreams we ride along together, singing songs we know will never die. Way up there where the trail goes on forever, you and me, our ponies and the sky. Way up there where the trail goes on forever, you and me, our ponies and the
That was amazing artist, Mr. Bill Houston. That song was called "Disappearing Cowboy." You are here listening to J.C. Wilkinson live at the Pound. The show is called "This Side of the Fence," and we are here with Miss Shelley Buffett and Mr. Tommy Horrocks. And now let's talk about. This is your turn to shed the spotlight on Shelley. We're talking about the mentoring program.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the Canadian Seniors Artists Resource Network.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I applied, and you know, their goal is to assist professional artists to live in their senior years with dignity and respect. And I I thought, well, I sure like to live my senior years. And my mother told me what are you going to do when you get old, son? And I said, I'm going to die. When we were kids, we thought someone that was 40 was over the hill. Well, I'm almost double that.
Right, okay.
And like your drive and your ambition and everything else, well, out of 240 people that applied for mentorships, I was chosen, and Shelley Buffett was chosen as the mentee. I never heard that word before. Yeah. And you know what? I got the way better bargain in the deal.
No.
Oh, yeah. Just being around Shelley is it's like the energy is so good, and she's so positive and wonderful, and got so many things going. I'm just amazed with the number of things that she's doing. And, I thought, well, I'm going to get somebody that I'm going to have to teach how to sing. And I remember being in the studio, you're afraid to say anything to the artist because I said, do you think you could try it? Not Shelley, but do you think you could try it this way? And the girl broke into tears. Well, you when you're producing stuff, you make people do things that they don't even want to do, and you have to find ways to get them to do it because it's going to be good. You just have to convince them. Well, gee, working with Shelley, it's so amazing, and I'm already buoyed way up there from working with her, and we just only started. And I'll keep going, make her successful more than she's ever been before in her life. Yes. I was leaving the country to go live in some third world country where I could afford to live. Right. And I've canceled that now for a while because I have a purpose. Right on. And I'm serious about my purpose is always. I try not to let anybody down ever. One of my goals is if your lips move, make sure you follow through with what they said. That's right. I try and teach my kids that, and it's a hard thing to do, isn't it? Sometimes we're enthusiastic, we say something, and then tomorrow you wake up and say, oh,
did I really promise that?
What did I want to do that for? But so, I got Shelley, and there she is. She's already been nominated Country Vocalist of the Year, and 5 CDs, and I'm thinking, gee, am I worthy here of this, because this girl has accomplished so much, and, the Sensational Hot Rods, I keep telling Steve, who's the leader of that band, about her, and he's going, we should get her for a manager.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Thanks.
Listen, we have time for one more song. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to run this, and then we're going to have to wrap up this session of this side of the fence. But I definitely would like you both to come back.
Oh,
whether you come back together or you come back individually, we will go from there. But definitely want to talk to you some more.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to listen to, of all things, Shelley Buffett's song, You Never Know.
Thank you.
There was a time that I believed we'd beat the odds and make a go at love. I thought we'd rewrite history with Romeo and Juliet next to us. And I know that you thought the same, saw it in your eyes and felt it in your touch. But we both learned a hard life lesson. You never know how it's gonna go with love. You never know how it's gonna go with love. It might go on forever, but that's not up to us. Oh, Cupid is a fickle one. Sometimes the just look at us. You never know how it's gonna go with love. sometimes it just goes to show you never know how it's gonna go with love. It might go on forever, but that's not up to us. Oh, Cupid is a fickle one. Sometimes that arrow won't stay stuck. Just look at us. You never know how it's gonna go with love. There was a time I believed we'd beat the odds and make a go at love.
Hi, this is JC Wilkinson. You were listening to This Side of the Fence with my special guests, Michelle Buffett and Mr.
you.
Tommy Horrocks. And that was Shelley's song, You Never Know. This is going to be it for this particular episode. I want to say a special thank you for both of you for coming in. And honest, I actually will call you Mr. Horrocks. It's actually been an honor.
The honor is mine for being here.
You know, anytime I get the opportunity to work with somebody or just spend time with somebody who has traveled like 10 million miles more than I have, it's like I have the absolute utmost respect for that because it's just an amazing thing. And I know a lot of my influences come from people who are older than me and who have gone before. So I credit part of my gift from the creator, but the other stuff is all the influences that I listened to as I was growing up and stuff. So I just want to say a special thank you and definitely invited back.
Thanks.
Anytime you're able to.
Oh, boy.
And we will definitely have you back again. So big shout out to the Pound and to the college for letting us have this show. And I am JC Wilkinson, and we are out.
Yes. Bye.
Fun, eh?
I'ma leave the light on. Something in my closet's gonna get me, but I ain't tough enough to make it all go away.